few days ago during a live stream, I talked a lot about the PC when being asked about it by a couple of people I was playing with in Fortnite. So, I realized something while doing that. I've talked a lot about the PC to other people, but I've never actually made a video talking about why I particularly enjoy and choose PC gaming primarily over console gaming. So, this video aims to do that. Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome to the first video of 2020, and also something a bit different than I normally do. Today, we're talking again about why I choose to play on PC primarily over any other gaming platform. Now, keep in mind, by making this video, I am in no way trying to discourage people from playing on their preferred platform. If you prefer playing on a console, that's perfectly fine. If you enjoy playing mobile, that's perfectly fine. As long as you are content and happy playing on your preferred platform, that is all that matters. I'm just here to express my thoughts and opinions on my preferred platform. With that being said, let's continue on. Some more thoughts on the future here in a little bit. Alright, so, PC gaming. What are its benefits to me? Well, as anybody who plays on the PC would tell you, PC's overall greatest strength is not just the graphics, the better graphics that PC games receive over console games, because, I mean, if you watch a lot of these graphic comparison videos on YouTube, you will clearly see that PC has superior graphics than a console. And the main factor of this is hardware. While to upgrade a console user must wait for the next generation of console to be released, i.e. the upcoming PS5 and the Xbox 2. That's how you upgrade. You can't just magic in new hardware by merely updating or getting a system update. That's not how hardware works. And you can't take apart a console and put new parts in it, because that usually ends up breaking the console. Now you have to wait for the next generation, which is something you don't have to wait for PC, hence why there's no PC 2. We don't have to wait around for the next generation of a PC to come out. Only waiting for updates we have to do is wait for different components to be released. Because with PC, you can get pre-built systems. You can also buy gaming laptops. However, we're not just limited to buying the entire system. PC players and people who build PCs oftentimes end up building their PCs, which means they purchase individual components, i.e. a graphics card, a CPU, fans to keep it cool, power supply, motherboard. You know, basically, I just named off pretty much the basic necessities of PC. Also, not talking about RAM and hard drive space. But PC gamers have the ability to truly customize their build. Not to mention the fact that we, along with getting to build the machine, we get to personalize it in a way that's different than consoles, because we're not just purchasing a big old machine, we're putting it together by hand. And while I'm still working on my personal handcraft building a PC skills, I've had experience over the years of putting in individual parts, because first I purchased a pre-build, which in most cases isn't exactly recommended because a lot of them are sketchy. However, mine was not sketchy. I ordered it off of Amazon, and it came in that PC I used for a couple of years, upgraded some components here and there, got an extra storage device plugged into it, got 2 graphics card updates for it, and also added in a couple fans, which one ended up breaking recently, so that sucks. And then very recently, I had a friend who was kind enough to build me a brand new PC, which was incredibly kind of him to do for a Christmas gift. And while I in no way claim to be a master of building PCs, since again, I'm still working on that, I still can, even though I might not have actually built an entire PC single-handedly, I can understand the appeal of it, and the importance of it, and the interest that people have in building them, and the advantage people have by building them. Because not only do we get to build and add our own parts to our liking, and we don't have to wait for a completely different system overhaul to come out, we can just buy individual parts, take out our old, let's say, graphics card and replace it with a new one. We have that hands-on experience that a lot of consoles don't have. But we also have the chance to truly personalize it. There are a lot of cases that are themed after games, i.e. like a Fallout case, a Star Wars case. Heck, there's even been a couple of Fortnite cases made. So we can customize our case or purchase cases themed after games we're interested in. Or some people go extra steps and put in things like figurines or models inside their PCs and like have them stacked on top of things. So look inside their cases and be like, oh yeah, there is a figure of an anime character I like, or here's a Fallout power armor set inside my PC. But my own personal build, my new one, my friend added in LEDs and wired it to a controller on the side of my computer. Then when I reach over, I can just push 2 buttons and the LED lights change patterns and colors, which is very cool. And honestly, right now while I'm recording this video, my entire setup here is lit up with nothing more than my PC LEDs and my monitor. That's all that's illuminating this room. And it's nice, because I have good visibility in here, but at the same time, it's still dark enough that I can enjoy watching movies on my PC or playing games. But the customizability overall is one of the biggest strengths that a PC has, and definitely something that I am thankful for, and one of the reasons why I prefer the platform. Next up is the accessories that come with the PC, or that you'll need for PC gaming, i.e. a keyboard and mouse. And while it's been proven that a keyboard and mouse is much more accurate than a controller in FPS games or Battle Royale games, and is also more advantageous for playing MOBA games like Dota 2 or League of Legends. A keyboard and mouse is strategically better than a controller for various games. However, if you prefer to play on a controller, that's fine. Going back to the whole conversation on customizability, PC has the highest controller customizability as well. You can plug in any controller in the world into a PC and it will play. You can play any game on PC with a controller, or most games on PC with a controller. But platforms like Steam will tell you which games have controller integration, and most games do. It's a very slim minority of games that don't. But you can play with any controller imaginable, and even with objects that aren't exactly gaming utilities, i.e. bananas. Some live streamer wired up bananas and hooked it up to his computer and played Winston in Overwatch by just using bananas. And it worked. He also played Symmetra in Overwatch with a toaster, and somebody used a flight simulator thing to play a racing game. Now that's pretty cool. Albeit, you can't just order rigged bananas online and hook that up and expect to play a game with it. That kind of stuff takes creative ingenuity, and you'll have to figure out how to do it yourself. Unless you have a friend and your friend happens to be this guy or somebody else who is highly talented in rigging up random household objects, then you're going to have to figure out how to do it yourself. Or, I don't know, maybe by the time of this recording, they've sold these rigged bananas on Amazon or eBay or something. But the point is that you have the freedom to use whatever you want, whether it be keyboard, mouse, or controller. And going back to the topic of like LEDs, with PCs, I know you can do this with a console as well, but you can form an aesthetic. Have things that match. My keyboard, while LED-wise isn't as crazy as some other keyboards that I'd like to have someday, my keyboard shifts between blue, red, and purple. And I can rig my LEDs on my computer to match that. My gaming chair is red. My mouse pad is red. The only thing that can't really be changed to the color red in my setup is my wireless mouse, which has a blue LED. While it's kind of obnoxious, and while I could change the keyboard to just be blue and the LEDs in my computer to just be blue, I can't change the chair and I can't change the mouse pad. So that's kind of obnoxious, but honestly, in the whole scheme of life, who cares? I'm comfortable and happy with the aesthetic I have, and it's still pretty cool. And I know that you can attach LED lights, you can buy LED lights at like Target or the dollar store even, and just tape them or glue them onto your monitor or your TVs or controllers if you want to. But, being able to look inside your case and seeing LEDs is cool, and being able to match it with your gaming utilities, that's cool. I like that. Along with keyboard and mouse and controllers, we also have monitors. But along with monitors, like, the stereotypical PC gamer is somebody who's hunched over, staring, like, point blank at a monitor. When in reality, like with controllers versus keyboard and mouse, we can customize what kind of screen we want to look at. A PC can be rigged into a TV, regardless of what size that TV is. If you have the wiring for it, you can plug it into a TV. Or a monitor works fine too. In fact, monitors in most cases, have higher refresh rates than TVs, which makes them faster than TVs. So, that's a thing. I'm not really going to go into the whole monitor argument and conversation because while I like my monitor, I'm not as passionate about it as I am with other parts of my setup, i.e. like my keyboard or my PC itself. But another major topic that we are going to go into are exclusives. Now, while in the future I might talk about why I personally view exclusives as a scummy practice, I will say that PC has by far the most exclusives out of any gaming platform. There are games on PC that will never end up on consoles, which, is unfortunate because there are games like Clone Drone the Danger Zone or CSGO that would be kind of cool for console gamers to enjoy. And I know that TF2 at one point was on consoles, but that was on the older generation, just Xbox 360. And I don't even think it was put on to PlayStation at all. I think it was just restricted to Xbox as far as TF2 goes. But now TF2 isn't on consoles and is once again a PC exclusive. But there are a plethora of games that console just doesn't have. And again, it would be cool if they could play these games, but as of now, either a console port hasn't been made, or just is still too early in development to be released to the public yet, or will never be made. Again, it's unfortunate, and I would love to see everybody be able to play the same games, and I would love to see more games introduce cross-platform play, like Fortnite does. and so that multiple platforms have the ability to play games together. Because at the end of the day, a message I want this video to make perfectly clear, even though I am just buttering up PC, is that at the end of the day, I'll talk about this again later, we're all gamers. Regardless of what platform we prefer to play on, we're all gamers. We enjoy the same hobby, although we might prefer to play on a different platform. And our own individual personal preference is a good thing. What isn't a good thing is becoming so biased that you refuse to see the other side of it. And that you treat people differently based on the platforms that they chose. Which is wrong, because we all have our own opinions and our own preferred platforms. That's good. That's part of what makes us human. Not necessarily gaming, because not everyone enjoys the hobby, but having our own opinions on various topics. That's important. And we should all respect others' opinions, even though we might view them as wrong. Now, there are some opinions that are just wrong, but we're not going to get into that here. The moral is that your preferred platform as far as gaming goes, that's something that is never wrong. It's your choice. And you have the right to choose what you want to play on. And what you prefer. And no one has the right to try to take that away from you. And don't let them. If they try to bash on you for preferring a console over a PC, don't take crap from them. Stick up for yourself. Anyway, rant aside, another major aspect of PC gaming is better frame rate. While more and more games on console have 60 FPS, like Fortnite or Call of Duty, there is still a plethora of games that are still locked at 30 FPS. Which to some people, myself included, can induce motion sickness. While my case is not nearly as severe as other people's, and I'm not gonna pretend to be like, oh, I can't stand certain things or I get sick. I will get headaches if I look at things that are in frame rates lower than 30 for too long. In some cases, things stuck at 30. So while I do play on PS4, sometimes I have to take breaks after playing games like Fallen Order because the frame rate's just too low. With with PC, along with being able to customize our hardware, the better hardware also means that we can reach higher frame rates. I.e., be able to run, during this recording I'm running Fortnite, 80 to 100 frames, pretty much constant, with the occasional drop down to the 60s. But that's good. It's incredibly smooth, and while I'm playing, while the numbers still say 60 to 100 or whatever, recording slows down frame rate for some reason. But it still produces a pretty good end result for recording. Why this gameplay is so smooth. But while I'm playing the game without recording, I can run Fortnite at the 100 frame mark. I can run a lot of games at a pretty high frame rate. And it's definitely a strong advantage of PC to be able to play with the highest frame rate possible. It definitely will give you an advantage over console. If I were to be playing a game like Battlefield, running that at 60 to higher, and they're stuck at 30, who's going to have the better reaction time? Answer is the person with playing at 60 frames or higher. Because frame rate, that's how frame rate works. But overall, PC to me is my personal favorite platform because of the fact of being social. Some people like to pick fun at PC for, you have to sign up for Origin and Battle.net and Steam. Well, us console gamers just have our friends on Xbox Live or PS Plus. That's fine and dandy. But with PC, we also have different chat clients like Discord, Skype, TeamSpeak, if anyone still uses that, or Steam voice chat. And, I mean, Origin and Battle.net also provide their own voice chat system as well as in-game chat. So overall, I feel like PC is more social because we have these different platforms to talk about with and interact with people. And things like the PC Master Race subreddit and along with things like Reddit, Steam forums, and online forums for other things provide Steam or PC users with a whole new world for social interaction. I mean, the whole gamer stereotype, regardless if it's PC or console, is that we never leave the house, and that we don't have any social life, we have no friends and no love or whatever. But in most cases, that stereotype couldn't be further from the truth. Because everything is person to person, including social activity. And really, regardless if you're playing on PC or console, you're only going to be as social as you want to be. But I feel like PC gives you a better opportunity to be social because we have more options. We have Discord, we have Skype, we have TeamSpeak. And while I know things like Skype and Discord are coming to different platforms as well, which is great, they still have a wider community on PC. But at the end of the day, again, like I said earlier, we're all gamers. And we shouldn't belittle one another for playing on our own preferred platform. So again, if you prefer PS4, Xbox, Switch, or even your phone, then that's perfectly fine. And congratulations to you for enjoying your preferred platform. And I'm happy that you're part of the gaming community. Because again, we all are united in the hobby. And we should not belittle one another for playing on a different platform. Now, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't have debates on things, because, I mean, again, debate is a healthy part of human nature and conversation. Just talking to somebody about PC hardware versus console hardware could lead to different avenues of conversation and understanding amongst people. It could be a way for people to eventually bond. Or at the very least, if they don't, change their mind on a topic, they could at the very least gain understanding on a topic. So we don't have console peasants spreading misinformation or PC elitists just stuck in their view and not seeing the other side. Because, like I talked about in my Maxusthebeast on the internet video last year, both PC elitists and console peasants are separate from console gamers and PC gamers, and are both harmful to their respective communities. But again, don't become anti-consumer, or anti-consumer. Don't become anti-gamer by letting bias take over your mind and by insulting others over a gaming platform. Because again, we are all gamers, and we all deserve the right to play on our preferred platforms. I might make a video in the future talking about the more technical side of things, talking about different graphics cards, and just overall discussing the whole PC versus console hardware-wise thing in the future. But I just wanted to get a very opinionated video out, just talking about why I chose the platform due to my previous conversation with a couple Fortnite players who played on PS4. And shout out to them for asking good questions, for just asking me why I prefer the platform. And while my 2 a.m. tired mind wasn't able to provide an amazing answer to their questions, I was able to provide an answer to their questions, albeit it wouldn't be as detailed or educated as I would have liked it to be if I was in my right mind. But nonetheless, I hope I was able to communicate my thoughts clearly here and provide you all with a video talking about why I prefer PC. And again, if you prefer a different platform over PC, That's great. That's wonderful, actually. I'm glad that you're happy and comfortable with your choice. I'm just trying to do the same thing here. Show why I'm comfortable with my choice. My comments on PC hardware was in no means to belittle each other, belittle other people. I feel like I have to say that now because the whole COPPA system is making it seem like not only are kids being the forefront of things, but negativity in general is being targeted, so I just gotta make sure I'm not trying to belittle people. But nonetheless, thank you all for watching this video, and happy 2020! Happy new decade! I'll have another video out later this week talking about 2019, doing a 2019 recap, and then talking about 2020. But nonetheless, I am so happy that you stopped by to watch this video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, Maxusthebeast is out. Oh, and be sure to join my Discord server, link will be in the description below. And also, be sure to leave your thoughts on your own personal preferences in the comment section down below. I'd be interested in having conversations with some of you. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and as always, Maxusthebeast is out.